as we know in football, many teams run power or gap plays where you use gap blocking, which is kind of the opposite of zone blocking. It's in and up away from where the ball's going, where zone blocking is out and up to where the ball's going. And one of the hardest blocks is what we call a deuce, and that's a combination block with the guard and tackle to the side of the call. And that guy can do a lot of things. That 3 technique, he could be a 2 technique, he could be inside shade guy, he could be moving. But we want to use constant footwork on these deuce blocks of gap blocking, and we want to trust our eyes and our feet to do the same thing. And you really, so much of this is you have to work these combinations, just like we talked about the zone combinations. Now here we have this would be 17 power, and it's the left guard and the left tackle on a combination block. And what I don't like is the left guard is kind of drop stepping his right foot, but he still is given plenty of hit to that 3 technique, which allows the left tackle to really get involved with that deuce right there. Okay? And now what you want to do, why you want the left guard to use forward footwork there is because as much as you want to drive the guy down, you want to drive him back also, because that kind of takes care of the linebacker. If he has to run the hump, it's going to give us a consistent gain of 3 or 4 or 5 yards. Okay? That was a pretty good job right there by Malcolm and Jeremy Lewis. And here's another example. And again, you want it's in and up with your right foot when you're going to the left. Okay, so your inside foot is moving first. Okay, that guy pinches. Here's versus a pinch, and the left tackle actually climbs, and he wants to pin the upfield shoulder. Okay, and Malcolm does a decent job of that. And then if that guy tries to hump you and get over the top, now you want to use your backside or right arm and finish him up the field. Okay, but that's a good job by Jeremy in taking the pinching tackle. Good job by Malcolm climbing and pinning the upfield shoulder. Now we got the right side working on the 3 technique with the left guard pulling. Okay, we're still drop stepping a little too much. That's a better by the right guard, but the right tackle's got to use forward footwork so you can knock the guy off the ball. And and you always tell him that covered guy, the guard, has to look inside, because he could get hit by a pinching nose guard, a blitzing linebacker, and so he wants to be in and up, pads down, and trust the tackle to get there so he can keep going up the field and get whoever shows. Here's some game footage, and it's a 16 power. It's right guard, right tackle on a 3 technique. The 3 wants to play us straight up. It's a pretty good job. The right guard climbs up because the backer's not scraping across, and he wants to come right at him, so we'll take him on. And here comes the back, and oh man, he sneaks out of there, and it's a bust out. Beautiful. And I'm not saying that's still, there's a lot of important blocks there, but that deuce block ends up being as important as anything on this power. Here's a backer trying to run through in the A gap, and again, what we're talking about is in and up footwork, but your eyes are inside. You got to trust that the tackle next to you is going to fill the void and connect with your hip while you're looking at any A gap run throughs, and he picks it off perfect, and we get a nice pull. And he shoots right through there. We probably could have done a better job on that outside end, but it's a nice 5-yard gain, 4-yard gain. Here we got another 16 power. Right guard, right tackle on the deuce. I think the right tackle's turning too much. You want to stay square, but he's using good footwork. He has good awareness of that linebacker, and he gets lucky and flushes him up. It's a great job by the right guard taking the 3 technique when he comes inside. The back kind of hesitates a little there, and if he hadn't hesitated, he might have got through there. And look at the job by the puller knocking that guy down, but it's a real good job on the deuce.